Hi, this is Shay Jackson with Hype Educational Specialist, and today we will be working on subtraction word problems for grades 5th through 7th. The concept we will be using is fractions. Let's get started. Our first problem states, Amari's yard was barren and needed soil. He bought 17 1/3 pounds of soil. He used 9 2/3 pounds for the front yard. How much soil does he have left? As always with our problem-solving strategy, we are number one, going to figure out what we are looking for. Secondly, we need to see what information is needed to solve the problem. Okay, what are we looking for? We are looking to see how much soil does Amari have left. What information do we need to solve the problem? Well, we need to know the total amount of soil he has. That is 17 1/3 pounds. Also, we need to know how much soil he used. That is 9 2/3 pounds. Okay, since we're trying to find out how much soil he has left, that means we need to subtract. So we're going to have 17 1/3 minus 19 2/3. Because we cannot subtract the 2/3 from 1/3, we are going to need to borrow. We need to borrow 1 from the 17. That will reduce the 17 to 16. And that 1 we borrowed, we're going to change it into a fraction, 3/3. So 3/3 plus 1/3 is equal to 4/3. So our new mixed fraction is 16 4/3 minus 9 2/3. We can subtract 2/3 from 4/3, and that will leave us with 2/3. 16 minus 9 is 7. So our answer is 17. I apologize. It is 7 2/3 pounds. Now let's go back and figure out what we're looking for. We're trying to find out how much soil does Amari have left, and we figured it out. It is 7 2/3 pounds. Let's look at our next problem. There was 3/4. Saying fractions can be like a tongue twister. There was 3/4 of a gallon of 2% white milk in the refrigerator. There was also 1/8 of a gallon of chocolate milk. How much more 2% white milk was there than chocolate milk? Again, our problem-solving strategy, number one, we are going to figure out what we are looking for, and 2, we need to see what information is needed to solve the problem. So what are we looking for? We are looking to see how much more 2% white milk there is than chocolate milk. What information is needed to solve the problem? We need to know the amount of 2% white milk that was in the refrigerator. That is 3/4 of a gallon. And also the amount of chocolate milk. And as is stated in the problem, it is 1/8 of a gallon. Since we are trying to find out how much more 2% white milk there is than chocolate milk, that means we need to subtract. We will have 3/4 of a gallon minus 1/8 of a gallon. Okay, whenever you're subtracting fractions, you need to make sure that your denominators match or they're alike. In our problem, we have a 4 in our denominator, and also we have an 8. We need to find the LCD, or least common denominator, for 4 and 8. The LCD for 4 and 8 is 8. So in order to change the denominator 4 to an 8, what we're going to have to do is figure out what number we need to multiply the 4 by in order for it to equal 8, and that is 2. So we need to multiply 3/4 times 2 over 2. Again, whenever we are adding and subtracting fractions, we need to make sure that our denominators are alike. In this problem, we have 4 in our denominator and also 8. So we need to find the LCD, the least common denominator, so that we can subtract the fractions. The LCD for 4 and 8 is 8. And let me explain the least common denominator right quick before I hurry along. The least means the smallest common number for both numbers, okay? Least common denominator. So I'm trying to figure out what is the smallest number that both 4 and 8 can go into evenly, and it's 8, okay? So in order to have 8 as my denominator, where there's a 4, I need to multiply 3/4 times 2 over 2. I'm going to multiply my numerators. 3 times 2 is equal to 6. And I'm going to multiply my denominators. 4 times 2 is equal to 8. So now my denominators match, or they are alike. And we can subtract. 6/8 minus 1/8 is equal to 5/8 of a gallon. Remember, whenever you're adding and subtracting denominators, once the denominators are alike, they stay the same. So I'm not subtracting 8 minus 8, that would be 0. The only thing that I need to subtract is the numerators. I have 6 minus 1, and that is 5. We keep the denominator 8, so our answer is 5/8 of a gallon. We're going back to our first problem solving strategy. What are we looking for? We said we're looking to find how much more 2% white milk there is than chocolate milk, and our answer is 5/8 of a gallon. These were some great subtraction fraction problems, that's another tongue twister, for grades 5th through 7th. Talk to you soon.